Chainsaw Man is an incredibly gripping story that follows the life of Denji, a young man who is struggling to make ends meet and is desperate to support himself. His backstory is heartbreaking and his journey is filled with thrilling action sequences, hilarious moments, and some truly touching moments that will leave you with a deep appreciation for the characters and the story. Chainsaw Man is an absolute must-watch and is sure to leave you both emotionally moved and mentally satisfied.
Chainsaw Man is a groundbreaking work of manga that has captivated readers around the world. It stands out from the typical shounen-type stories that often dominate the genre with its intense and emotionally charged story. While it may not have the same level of universal appeal as some of its contemporaries like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen, it more than makes up for it with its complex and damaged characters who are struggling to survive in a cruel and unforgiving world. The characters' struggles and tantalizing aspirations make Chainsaw Man an emotional masterpiece that is worthy of the hype it has been receiving. It is a story that will stay with readers long after the final page is turned.
Early disclaimer, I will be touching upon a couple of character traits, noteworthy aspirations, and backstory details, but nothing that I would consider spoilers as they are either described really early in the series or are minor details that are negligible to the plot. But if you want to experience Chainsaw Man completely fresh without a preconceived perspective, just know that I am giving this a 10 over 10. Even just catching the opus as you're fading in and out of consciousness is worth it.
The characters of Chainsaw Man are often misunderstood, but this is precisely why I believe it is worth your time. Behind their infamous personalities lies a complex array of characters motivated by individualized goals. While these goals may not always be the most noble, when we explore the unfortunate circumstances that drove them to set these goals, it is truly heartbreaking. This is particularly true in the case of Denji, the titular character of Chainsaw Man, whose life has been filled with struggle and pain. It is through understanding the motivations of all these characters that we can truly appreciate the depth of this series.
Denji is a young man who has been pushed to the brink of desperation due to his late father's insurmountable debt. As a last resort, Denji is recruited by Makima to join the Public Safety Bureau's Special Division 4, a unit comprised of expendable devils, hybrids, and fiends. Despite his juvenile attitude and his tendency to obsess over breasts, Denji is not the one-dimensional pervert he is often perceived to be. He simply desires the basic provisions of food and shelter, which he has never had before, and he will fight tooth and nail to protect it. Through his interactions with Makima and the other members of Special Division 4, Denji begins to understand that life offers more than he initially thought, and he begins to realize his ultimate desire to love and be loved. Eki Hayakawa, Denji's older brother figure, is the complete opposite of him in both appearance and demeanor. He is realistic and knows his limits, yet deep down he is afraid that no one will care for him if he were to open up about his feelings. He and Denji eventually form a strong bond, and both learn from each other that they are not alone in this world. Power, the third member of the trio, provides comedic relief with her brash and belligerent attitude. She slowly learns the importance of working together and being part of a team, and she also becomes an important part of the trio's dynamic. The devils in the show are manifestations of human fears, and they have their own autonomy and level of complexity. Some of them are even willing to lend their powers to humans for certain sacrifices. The story of Chainsaw Man is logical, suspenseful, and narrative-driven. The animation is stunning, and the OST complements the show perfectly. Through its exceptional characters, technical brilliance, and unpredictable narrative, Chainsaw Man has become one of the most highly acclaimed shounen in recent years.